Hey there, it is Kyle Russell here of Crystal Concentrics, and the visuals are interesting enough to make you ask yourself, what is this video all about? And I have been thinking about it for quite some time and wanted to share with you some real nuggets, some gems of information that I think will be useful to anybody, whether a professional or a novice. And our topic for today is the concept of oiling crystals. We're going to begin by honing in on these three emeralds here. So you've got this one, which is quite wonderful in color, but chances are good that it was oiled to give it an enhanced look. These two here show you what it looks like without any oil. So it's generally done in the business to make certain things look like they are ready to polish or already polished. Sugilite is a prime example of that. I'm going to show you these two rainbow sugilites, and the reason they're called that is that you have a full range of color from pinks to purples to blues, even this red over here. So I'm going to take this piece, which is looking it's sweet over here when it's dry, but here it looks kind of blah. And I'm going to just dip it in the water. So remember what it looks like. And then I dip it in the water, and presto, what do you have here? You have an incredibly brilliant, awesomely colored sugilite. And that was a good color on the other side. And here it's even better once it is wet. And if I put it down next to the other one, at first this one looked better. Now that one looks better. So what do you do if you want to make something look tasty, but you don't have water to keep it wet all the time? You do something like this person did. They sprayed this gigantic sugilite with polyurethane, which is a pretty awful thing to do, especially if you don't disclose it, although the guy I bought it from told me this had happened. And if you hone in on this dark spot here, never mind my little water drop I just put there, you see how there's these shiny little areas? I have already been trying to rid this stone of its polyurethane by using various harsh solvents, and I'm going to keep doing that until all of it goes away, because I want and whoever is looking at this piece to see it for its true and natural glory, especially if I'm going to be selling it. Now over here you have another great sugilite, and you'll notice, see that shininess? That shininess all the way across indicates that this too has had some sort of a substance put on it to make it look shiny. Now what's amazing is that this was done in the 70s. I bought this from someone who explained this was held by a hippie collector who had done this to his stones to make them look better. But over here you get the quality that's so high that I think what happened was the stone absorbed the oil or the shellac or whatever the heck they put on it, and that's why it's disappeared from here. And on the areas that are slightly lower quality, particularly the black part here, you get that shininess still going on. So I'll be working on that one as well. What I wanted to do today is add on to this knowledge an experiment. And we've seen this experiment happen before. This is some richterite. It is a blue stone that shows up in the sugilite. And you'll notice this one is kind of nondescript. It's sort of dry looking, but in water, let's see what happens. So compare again. I want you to get a good look at those two together, and I want you to look at it before it goes in the water. I'll just do half it. You see that extraordinary improvement in color. So what I've done is I've put jojoba oil, or jojoba oil, I don't know how you want to pronounce it, onto this piece. And some people think that's blasphemous to put any kind of oil. Most people have advised me to use mineral oil, but it turns out that this material lasts a long time. It doesn't have an odor, and it's also of a quality that you can put it on your skin. And I don't know that mineral oil is something that you would put on your skin. So I've been moved to experiment. I put jojoba oil onto this piece, and presto, it looks as awesome as the wet one. So I will, of course, disclose that to anyone I'm selling these to. On a big piece like this, I think you really want to be showing people what it really looks like. But on a little piece like this, you can't be dipping it in water every 5 minutes, and you don't want to put something goopy on it that might make it look unnatural, which this a little bit has going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try a real live experiment. This is an emerald, and that's an emerald. So this is actually a kind of a sweet emerald. You can see the crystalline quality of it. I wonder how this is going to look if I put some of this oil. So I put 4 or 5 drops of this oil here, and here I go. I'm putting it right onto this piece, and suddenly what happens? We get this look relative to that look. And if we spread it all the way over, we're going to get the same kind of a net improvement on the appearance here. The color gets darker, there's more shine, and it's kind of awesome. And what we'll do is I'll probably end up oiling the whole rest of it. I don't want to overdo it, and I'm certainly not going to conceal this from anybody, but you can see that without water, and in a way that will last a lot longer than the water that dries off, we've now made these two pieces look mighty similar. In fact, this one, which looked worse before, suddenly starts to look better than its dry counterpart, even though the drier one has better and more pure crystal structure. So what I have done here today is shown you a set of wonderful stones, shown you how water can improve the look and quality of a crystal, and I have shown you how jojoba oil can make a very big difference in the same way that many people tout mineral oil as being able to do. I've also shown you that some stones have been treated awfully with polyurethane or some other type of shellac, and as a result they now require people like me to clean them before they put them out on the market. So I hope that's been informative for you. I look forward to sharing more videos. Again, this is Kyle. You could write me, Kyle, at crystalconcentrics.com. I buy and sell stones as well as teaching people about the metaphysics. This has been much more practically oriented, but it's been a pleasure. Thanks for watching.